Mic check. I came in his name, I'm saved by his grace. By his grace, I came in his name. I'm saved by his grace. 2,000 years ago, he died on a cross so he could show you how to live your life without sin and without lies. The devil took him on a mountaintop and offered him every kingdom he would not stop. He said, "Son of man, bless you bring. Come over, bend your knee." I said, I came in his name. I'm saved by his grace. Surrounded himself with 12 good men, disciples is what we call them. There was Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, and they told the story after he was gone, how he was born and raised. It only took 3 days. In his name we are saved, but only by his grace. I came in his name. I'm saved by his grace. By his grace. How y'all doing? This one goes out to all you natural girls. You know who you are. Got childbearing hips. On the day you were born, God looked down at the place you lay. He took a deep breath and blew on the clouds and blew them away. And heaven and earth he built, it took him just 6 days. Took him twice as long to make that smile for your beautiful face. I said, because you're a natural girl. An actual girl. Sent a letter to Cadbury's, they made a recipe for your eyes. Took the twinkles from the stars and placed them inside both your eyes. For me, for me, for me, for me. 'Cause you're a natural girl. An actual girl. I'll work for days, toil for hours and hours, just to pay for your dress and all your wedding flowers. And your dress will be made from the finest silk threads. It will fluster the priest and turn every man's head as you grace the aisle with those curves, that smile, that smile. 'Cause you're a natural girl. You got natural curves. And your veil will be handmade by lips. They blushed at your beauty when they caught a glimpse of your legs and your arms, your feminine charms, those charms. 'Cause you're a natural, actual girl. You got a natural gait. I love it. Father up above. Tell him I found this girl, the one I truly love, the one that he sent down from heaven up above. She fits me just like a glove. 'Cause she's a natural girl. She's an actual girl. I climb the walls, I climb the highest steeple. At the top of my voice I'll sing to all the people. Found this girl I love, the one from above. Cause you're a natural, actual girl. Tra la 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 la. I'll write your name upon Venus, Jupiter, Mars. When you look up at night, you'll see your name. It's written in the stars. 'Cause you're a natural girl. Yeah. Fingers, Peter. Push. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes from trees, hot air from a cool breeze, cold with a change. Did you exchange a walk on pot in the wall? We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. How we found the same old fears. Oh, wish you were here. I like that one, I do. I don't know why. I know it's a bit slow and sad, but I still like it. Let's have a fast one. Let's have a pick me up. Let's go up 2 octaves. Into the 4th. Drag queen, drag queen, drag queen, drag queen, I'm begging of you please, don't you fool my man. Your dental arch is far too wide, your eyes, they look like mine. and I can tell just by the size of your neck. Jolene, 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 I'm begging, I'm pleased, don't you take my man. Your beauty is beyond compare, flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, and your voice is soft like summer rain. I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. Jolene, 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 begging of you, please take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Now you could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness, it depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, you must have been a redheaded bloke with big boobs. Dink! Dolly, my golly. Up to the 7th then. Holy moly, that's high. It's only because it's a woman singing it. Bad she playing magician, says no. I had a frog in my throat. 1 second. Aye. Cold. Try that again. Where's my flat earth baseball bat? Dirty tree, father! Hey! Butter! He Kennedy. Swing! Butter! I love being the owner of this channel. Bye! Right, next. I wish it was more like Facebook though. When you ban someone, no matter what account they use next, they can't come back. They have to get a new, what do they call it? A new chip. Off you go. I've got thousands of them. Still don't care. Banshee playing magician, sitting lotus on the floor. A belly dancing beauty with a power-driven soul. Had my share of nightmares, didn't think it'd be much more. And in walked Roderick Usher with Lady Eleanor. She gazed with a loving beauty, like a mother to a son, like living, dying, seeing, being, all rolled into one. And all at once I heard some music playing in my bones, the same old song I'd get for years, finding me a home. Ding. Come back. She tied my eyes with a ribbon of a silken ghostly thread, gazed with troubled vision on an old four-posted bed, where Eleanor had risen to kiss the neck below my head, bid me come along with her, land of the dancing dead. But it's alright, Lady Eleanor, alright, Lady Eleanor. I said, I'm alright. Oh, I love that A. It's heavenly. Then creeping on, no, is it not? She gazed with a loving beauty, like a mother to a son, like living, dying, seeing, being, all rolled into one. All at once I heard some music playing in my bones, the same old song I'd heard for years, reminded me of home. But it's alright, Lady Eleanor, alright, Lady Eleanor. I said, I'm alright where I am. Then creeping on towards me, licking lips with tongues of fire, host of golden demons screaming lust and base desire. Well, it seemed for certain the speech could get no higher. I heard a voice above the rest screaming, you're a liar. But it's alright, Lady Eleanor, alright, Lady Eleanor. I said, I'm alright where I am. Bink. What, you just waiting for a quack quack, aren't you? Look at your face. No, not yet. He's ready to dive off the couch. He is. He's literally sprung. Oh, he's gone anyway. No, I'm singing one for God first. You know what time it is? It's the preaching hour. Your face. Because I spoil him all the time. Can't leave him on his own. He howls the house down. He's got attachment issues, the twat. Right, let's sing one for the Heavenly Father. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. I'm putting on the iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. I'm putting on a shirt. Chase the devil from earth. I said I'm sending him to space to find another race. Sending him to space to find another race. I said Satan is the evilest man, but then can choke sit on Iron Man. When I check him a lasting hand, and when him slip a gun with him, and I'm putting on the iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. I'm putting on a shirt. Chase the devil from earth. I said Move ya with your gun. Me left you with the bomb. I said now, move ya with your gun. Me left you with the bomb. He might be drop his fork and I'll go Mr. Pete again. Him have his drop his fork and run. Him can stand up to Jesus the Son. Him have be left you with him bomb. I said big up with this song. I'm putting on a iron shirt. I chase Satan out of earth. I said I'm putting on a shirt. Chase the devil from earth. Move ya with your gun. We left you with the bomb. I said I move ya with your gun. We left you with the bomb. Sending him to space. Don't exist at all. In your face. Sending him to fake space to fool the human race. Good evening, boys and girls. How you all doing? Have you had a nice day on Monday? I've got a nice day on spinning stationary flat plane. I've got pins and needles. Yeah. How you all doing? The Joe nice day on a non-spinning stationary flat plane. 1 second, I'm going to get... Yeah, you want a quack, don't you? Hey, you want a quick quack. Where's my quack? Chewy doggy. Yeah, off you go, man. Right, we're back. How you all doing? Do you have a nice day? Are we sitting comfortably? If not, assume your position. I'm feeling better today. Sexy! Right, where are we? Let's get rid of that. Now I can see you all. Welcome to the show. I hope you had a nice day on a non-spinning stationary flat plane. Let me get rid of some screens. There we go. I won't whistling at you, you divvy. Well, I've triggered the bird now. I'm going to have to cover you up, aren't I?
Right.
Where are we? Let's get rid of... Copy. Facebook. Paste book, as we like to call it. Paste. There we go. And post. Join me live. Why don't you? 8 o'clock every night UK time. You should know by now. There's so many people who just still. It's like I teach it so simply and so plainly. Anyone can understand. Children can understand it. It just mystifies me. There we go. Post. Tweet, I mean. We're on Twitter. Are we on Twitter? We are. Tweet on Twitter. Post on Facebook. Share to group on Facebook. And we're done. And I'm coming back. Share to group. And boo shakalaka laka. Post. Welcome to the show. The live forensic show, that is. Not the show that you're actually living in. What do they call them? Actor-based reality. Well, it is an actor-based reality. You've got to admit that. They're all actors, you know? It's an impossibility for me to find 19,000 secretly, this is the important word, secretly transgendered celebrities and not find one natural. It leads me to a conclusion, a very swift conclusion, that it's got to be all of them, even though I haven't done them all yet. I've had a damn good smash at it though, haven't I? We identify the human skeleton by looking at the human face first of all. I learned slightly different lessons from many different teachers, but none of them put it together the way I do, because I realised they were being blasé about it, not giving you the extreme facts so you can just identify. When you're looking at the male and female skulls, you see the square jaw over the sloping pointed jaws, pointed chin, the wider dental arch, the deeper set eyes. Look how dark it is in there, and the openings of the eye sockets are much bigger at the back. The orbital sockets, all the veins that connect to your eyes, are much bigger on a male than they are on the female look. And the cheekbones especially. And then the shape of the head, women's heads go vertical look, whereas men slope back from this huge brow bone look. Crevices everywhere, bony structure on a man's face. Much smoother and sweeter design on a woman. That's what gives you this beauty. Look at this, look at that. I like that. That's beautiful. Oh, someone should just do that. Someone should put that. I'm going to put that on my next video. I haven't made a video forever. I'm going to make one. I should do. But there you go. Look at that. Woo! Come on, everybody. Right, so once you can understand that a man's got a bigger face than a woman, further apart eyes, bigger nose, bigger teeth, wider dental arch, a square jaw, not this sloping jaw look, and the widest part on a woman is in the hairline, the widest part on a man is underneath the eyes. So we get this cross section where it's almost equilateral on the male, but nowhere near close on the female. Excerpts of copyright material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching and research without the need for permission or payment to a copyright holder. To the noddy older. Do you hear me at the back? We stopped right there on that feminine looking Alan Arkin. Was it Alan Arkin? No, John Alkin. Oh, I didn't say hello. Wait once again. Sorry, forgetting myself. Truth be spoken, be first in the room. Hello, truth spoken. Juice came second, almost a hat trick. Juice, you always got a hat trick. Chicken. Dubs, how you doing? Many blessings to Alpha, all of you. Trini's here. Hello, Trini. Rachel's here. Hello, Rachel. Annabelle Winneman, we already said hello. Hello, Annabelle. Irene, hello, welcome. Is that all of you? I think that's all of you. Welcome to the show, guys. Right, let's get the show straight on the road. With John Alkin. I'm in a good mood tonight. Right, I've got a serious problem. Why is a little woman with a massive hand, size of that hand, mate? Why is the little woman with a massive hand got a bigger face than John Alkin there? John Alkin's got this, it looks like a little hamster with its cheeks stuffed full. Whereas this one doesn't look. They're both smiling, but this one's got huge cheekbones as well. The distance in your eyes. John Alkin, I don't think we're going to get his gait, but we will have a look. That's John Thor. Why is it showing me John Thor? Wow, he looks like Willy Wonka. He looks like Gene, you know what I mean? That one. Right, well, Gene Wilder. John Alkin. Never trust a man whose eyes are too close together. Wearing the wigs, and they showed us all this, the cross-dressing stuff through the 1600s, the Tudors, and all of this. They showed us it in English history class. So, the wig came about to disguise women and to make men look like women through a certain era of time. And then as they progressed with their what's the words I'm looking for? Transgressions. Straight out of the Bible. As they continued with their transgressions against humanity, they got more technology, which refined them to how they look today. It only takes, oh my God, it only takes a glimpse when I'm looking at, especially a pair of them. It only takes a glimpse. Those teeth alone. She, 5 head, she doesn't even need to smile. Not even once. That right there, roar, king of the jungle, right there, a win my way, lion smile, till the cows come home, absolute blockhead, close set eyes, face pushed downwards, sloping jawline. I don't know why he's got a golf ball for a chin. He's got a Campbell's meatball for a chin. But the short arms, the way the jacket overhangs everything, versus this big, look at that! What is that there? My eyes have just been drawn to it. It looks like Skeletor has got his hand around the shoulder of this young lady here. Whose hand is that? Surely it can't be yours. Surely there's a dead person stood behind both of you. There's some sort of small skeleton with a massive hand stood behind you both. Because that is not a woman's hand. Look at it. It looks like a facehugger off Aliens. It really does. I'm terrified. Look at the size of it. You'd think it was a wax weight, wouldn't you? I'm taking that picture. Right, we're off to a flying start with John Alkin and his Frankenstein bride there with the, well, I don't know what to call it. It's nothing more than a bear claw without the fur on it. It's a polar bear's foot. Can you imagine 100 years when they dig him up for some reason? We didn't find John Elkin's girlfriend. We found a full-size polar bear skeleton in the coffin. Right, let's go back. And again, with a squashy face and a 5 head, it's like a second nature once you get the hang of this. They just stand out. Look at the cheekbones on this dude here. Look at the size of those cheekbones alone. On that, what's that cheekbone? That cheekbone's bigger than my penis. It's massive. Right, okay. Let's continue down this list. There's that big fella again. I don't know who that is. There he is again. It keeps bringing up John Alkin. He's a big fella. Who is this? I really want to know who that is. Because I don't recognise him. These are all fellas, aren't they? Oh my gosh. Look at the hands and feet on that. I don't even know where to start. The smile. Lion smile straight away. I'm stuck in Flip-Flopville. I am. And everywhere I look, like every billboard, when buses pass in front of my car, all I see is the wrong dental arch, the wrong eyes. And the whole town that I live in is oblivious to it. I can't blame them because I was oblivious to it 6-7 years ago. But they're just oblivious to it. It's right. It's in your face. Everywhere I look, I see this agenda. This agenda. They've been normalising this since I was a child. Kenny Everett popping up right here. I used to think this was funny, seeing a man in drag with fake boobs tossing his legs around, telling me it's done in the best possible taste. But yeah, I was actually looking at a close set triangle. I was looking at a woman. I was actually looking at a woman. I'm going to have to cover up Albie. This agenda has been, 60 years, from the 60s upwards when they started really showing it, you know. Some like it hot, Jack Lemmon in the black and white movies doing it. They really showed it, and it's become more and more prevalent for everyone. Normalised is the word I'm looking for. It's been more and more normalised to people. Even just being gay has been normalised. When I was growing up, they put you in a mental institute because they said you were confused. They normalised this, and in the 80s, they let out all of the non-dangerous mental health patients. That was them, they're disclosing that we're letting them all out, there's nothing wrong with them, they're just gay. I never look at a gay person, because I've got lots of gay friends and family, so I never looked at a gay person the way I do now. And it's only because of the Bible. It's only because of that Bible verse saying men will not sleep with men, women will not sleep with women, men will not wear skirts and women won't wear trousers. When I read that, when I heard that, it was like, it causes confusion. That's why people think they're gay at the beginning. I don't know how many people. I had a couple of friends, right, and I'm telling you now, both of them from the age of 5, we did notice, but we didn't pick up on it because we was all little boys hanging around together. But I did pick up on the voices of 2 boys, and both of them turned out to be raging gays. But they're both really good friends of mine. You know what I mean? I'd love to bump into either one. One of them's dead, so I can't speak to Darren. He died. He died a horrible death. He took a load of medicines. We'll call them that. The Medici family. He took a load of the Medici family drugs and ended up in a wheelchair. And he had a real sad ending, Darren. God bless you, mate. I know God's probably forgiven you, mate. Yeah, because you didn't know. Jesus said on the cross, "Forgive them, Father, for they do not know." You left this earth not even knowing the earth was flat. Especially, you didn't know why you were gay. A lot of people think they're born that way. Both of them had gay voices, I'm telling you now, from a young age, and I picked up on it, but I'd never, we used to take a little bit of a mickey out of it, sound like you're talking on helium, but they both turned out to be gay, these boys with these higher pitched voices. I'd love to bump into Gareth. I wonder what, Gareth's got a Son of Man code now, I think about it, he has, yeah. That'd be weird if Gareth was fostered as well now. I think he was adopted. Oh, now that is interesting. No, it can't be. His brother had 2 first names because he was fostered as well. Oh my word, that's a weird one for me to think about. I never even thought about them two. Right, anyway. So, the point I'm making is, when a boy's attracted to a girl, a real girl, when I'm attracted to a girl, I see close set eyes, beautiful rounded close set eyes, this small triangle, no cheekbones look, the flat forehead of a woman, the sloping jawline, the pointed chin. It's these features that make a girl attractive to me. Even subconsciously, that's the way God created it. So when they put these men with female faces on television, real men are going to have, subconsciously first I'm sure, attractions to these people, and it's going to make real men think I'm a gay because I'm attracted to this person. And that's the confusion I think that's happened through television and media with them doing this, with them blurring the lines between what we know, what we actually know is male and female, because they've blurred these lines and they've created the man to look like this, a male face with those features, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. So a normal guy subconsciously thinks is attracted at first. Well, he is attracted because it's a girl. But consciously, in his open mind, his awake mind, not his sleeping mind, he's like, that's a dude, it's not a girl. And he can't understand why he's attracted to her. Because he thinks it's a him. Ergo, he thinks he is gay. I wonder how many men, as above, so below, Kenny Everett doing as above, so below right there. And it's the same for the women. The women are looking at other women with male faces. Let's just say Sophia Loren, Sam Fox, Lucy Pinder, to name a few. And they're being attracted by the male face, but their awakened mind, in the awakeness of the conscious mind, sees a woman. They've been fooled into thinking they're attracted to women. Kenny Everett, we're going to get to Kenny Everett because I've already looked, but she didn't have gates, I'm sure. Alex, what's his name? Look at that long face, the high set ears, the close set eyes, the lacking of a jawbone. It's mental. Once you can see this long face, do you know what that looks like to me there? Ray Winston, 4797 Carling Say. I'm seeing, I just saw someone else for a split second there. The name's gone. Bollocks. That really looks like Ray Winston as a young Ray Winston. I don't think this is happening. There's not even any pictures. John Harkin is a woman though, and it was worth coming just to look at that other picture with the claw. Oh, look, showing me that female. Look at that diamond in there. You've got to be kidding me. The straight legs of Yoko Ono, inventor of walking, inverted of walking, it should say. They make very, very, even when he's walking normal look at the difference in that. I love that. I'm taking that. Even when they walk normal, that diamond is still visible, and this is what I'm talking about to the boys and girls that pay attention. The feet are out at 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock on a clock face. Make that into a clock face, and that foot's looking at 8, that looks looking at 4. But on the male, always straight legs, knees and feet looking straight towards 6 o'clock. Men's legs and feet stay straight. Women's break. We call it a broken leg or a flamingo foot. Right there, the flamingo foot, that zigzag right there. And it creates this beautiful diamond in your walk. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, a natural girl's best friend. When it comes to John Lennon, diamonds are our worst enemy, because it tells me instantly, no matter what I think about the neck and that trachea, because it's a tall girl, the gait tells me it's a woman. The hips over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. The short Japanese fella with the long-legged European girl. That's what I'm seeing. So, the understanding the gait is the most important. We've said this many times, right? Understanding that gait is the most important thing. A stair fail, Elton John, zigzagging, knees opening, coming down those stairs. There's a nice gait. Who was that? I don't know, but look at this mincer. And there's Elton John, egghead, woman's skull look, close set eyes. I know the big, forget about the big glasses. You can see the eyes are close set and the face is pushed downward. It was, you know, it was eye-opening when this came to light, when I understood what was going on. Kenny Everett again. Why does Kenny Everett keep showing up? And the dude look with low set ears. I forgot what I was about to say. Wow, that's quite the egghead you got there, my dear. Oliver Lansley, movie database. Didn't even need to know it was an actor. Just straight away, woman, FTM, can't grow a beard. Oh my, look at them side by side. Tell me, don't you dare take me there. 1 second. Which one of them's got a bigger neck, bigger head look? Who's got the square shoulders? Who's got sloping shoulders? Who's got the curvy shoulders look? Who's got the straight across shoulders look? Learning forensics was the greatest gift God has ever given me, ever. Thank you, Father. When Jesus said you'll know them by the fruits, it's the way they act, the way they talk, the fruits that come out of the mouth, the fruits they take into the mouth. I wish you'd told me about the skeletons. I wish they'd explained it to me more. It would have made my holy book holier than thou, wouldn't it? For it to be in there. And I know it is slightly, it's covered up, right? The actual, the way they say it, you'll know a man by the way he dresses, the way he talks, the way he acts, and the way he walks. The gait, it literally says the man's gait. G-A-I-T. Gait, referring to that. Someone else did point that out to me. I've got to admit, I can't remember who it was. And I loved it, absolutely loved it when I read it, because it is in the book, but it's so abstract for me. It's like a crossword puzzle. How am I going to pick up on that? How are you telling me that men are women and women are men? You're just telling me that I can tell a man by his walk, but I wish it had translated like that. But now I do know. Biology or should I say forensics, combined with the Holy Book and what God told you that he did. He created 2 of everything. The animals went on 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. They're only boys and girls. He told you all about how he created you and how special you are. And how he created you in his image. But through living in Satan's lies, you have tarnished that image. And for some people, they don't even care. They don't care if God exists. Oh, it bothers me so much. Now I know he does exist. But they don't care that he exists. The devil was so cunning that he made the world disbelieve in the devil. The greatest trick he ever pulled was making the world believe he didn't exist. And he did that. And when he did that, he took away God from people's hearts and minds. And it saddens me greatly. It really does. That I spent 40 years of my life, even though I was still a nice person, I didn't do nice person things all the time. I'd be an absolute hypocrite and liar if I said I was pure and innocent and I didn't sin. Oh, I did. I've got a bigger criminal record than all of you. I know I am. Through my teenage years, I just had no realisation of life. Nothing. Because I was brought up on gangster rap music. I was going to be a gangster. I was going to be Ronnie and Reggie Cray. I was going to be a criminal. I'm a criminal. Because they brainwashed the youth. And that's what they did. I thought it was cool. In reality, I messed up lots of jobs that I could have gone into because I have this record that I did when I was... It's spent now. Now it doesn't matter because it's 35 years ago. It's gone. That boy that existed doesn't... That man that existed doesn't exist anymore. You know how people say, I want the magician back. I want you to make me laugh. I can still make you laugh. But I want you to understand the truth first. What they're doing here. Why does John Lennon walk with a diamond in his gate? Explain it to me. I did a beautiful meme earlier on. Where is it? Let me know. Let's bring that on. We'll just drop it in there. I did 2 actually, or 3. So, understanding that gate, the diamonds created as a woman walks. When you've looked at enough pictures, you'll notice that a woman, as she goes from leg to leg, her shoulders rock from side to side. This is just the motion of a woman. It is pure poetry in motion. When I watch women walking, and I watch you all the time, ladies, I see the knee cocking over, it raises the butt cheek here and tilts the shoulder that way. Men don't do this at all. Our shoulders stay parallel. Our arms, because they're longer, they. If this was a side view, they literally swing like a pendulum from the side. But a woman's doesn't. A woman's cuts across her body. This is why I call it flossing, because she's got her hands in her pocket. She can't really see it. But what you can see is that beautiful shoulder tilt on each side, and the leg raised. We call it. My dad called it the raising of the knee. I love it when a woman raises her knee. And I thought he meant in the bedroom. I never realised he was talking about her gait. The way she walks, she raises her knee as she walks. Men's stay forward and push forward. I'll show you why. Where's that Amy Grant? Right there, look. Men's legs stay forward and push forward. The knees push. There's no opening. There's no diamond there. Someone made a nice repeat. Julia. I did show these pictures last night anyway, but it shows that my students are paying attention and that you do listen, that you can tell the female from the male. Look, straight legs, knees together, space between the big feet and knees cocked outwards towards 8 and 4 o'clock. You can't see the back one, but it is pointing towards 4. The crossed legs, the shoulder tilt, barely any shoulder tilt, and I think that's only because this one's swaying in front of him. He's like almost peering round him. Hair. But it is sad. Yeah, Amy Grant's a Christian artist and there were lots of them. I've covered loads of Christian bands. It's really sad. But it's the same as the pastors. The reaches. Kent Ovine broke my heart, it really did. You'll know them by their fruits when they're shilling. They'll tell lies. He starts talking about dinosaurs and going off the path from God. Leads you straight into Evolutionville. Tells you can see a sun 93 million miles away. When I'm sure, as a doctor of biology and animal forensics, that you know that a human eyeball can't see 93 million miles. It's ridiculous to say a human eyeball can even see 1,000 miles. Ridiculous. But there's a male gate versus a female gate. Once you see the chaplain, I like this. I love this picture. I found it earlier on. Charlie Chaplin walking analysis. Why does Charlie Chaplin walk this way? Why do these people walk this way? Because all three of them are girls. That's why. There it is. I took this set from the analysis. There's your feet looking out at 4 and 8 o'clock from the front. There, like that look. 4 and 8 o'clock. Sorry, 4 and 8 o'clock. There, those two. And there it is from the back. And there it is from the back. And this one here, all right, he's pointing his feet inwards, but look at the bowed legs. The short-legged woman, she can't walk straight. She can't straighten her feet and her legs properly. When they do, it's uncomfortable for them. As it is for a man who tries to mimic this. But Charlie Chaplin was one of the first big middle fingers to natural people, like, here you go, we're going to put this little woman in front of you with a moustache, we're going to call her Charlie, and you're going to believe that it's a male comedian with a funny walk, instead of recognising the short shoulders of a woman, the big ass of a, look at those chicken nom-noms. It's the character uniform. No, it's the skeleton. The skeleton does not lie. It tells you the truth from start to finish. And then it's an uncanny resemblance that Charlie Chaplin looks like someone else with a small female skeleton. Who could that be? Oh, of course. AI is creating pictures of Hitler and his men. I say his, you know what I mean? With inline footfalls. Un, deux, trois, quatre. There's 4 female gaits straight away, plus the flamingo foot with a broken leg, feet pointing outwards at 8 and 4 o'clock. Why is AI creating pear-shaped officers look, the pear-shaped, narrow shoulders, big hips look, right through? Hitler's got childbearing hips, a long face, close set eyes, small ears. Why is AI creating these photos like this? Well, the answer is simple. Because it's drawing its inspiration from real life. It's taking photos just like this and then imaging them and recreating them in this image. The image of a woman. That's why I love forensics. That's why it overrules every single rabbit hole. I don't care about your mud floods, your flat earth, your fake medicines. I don't care about none of it. E5G and all that bollocks. Screwed a lot of it. It doesn't mean nothing to me. Once I can see your skeletons, I know who's telling me the truth and who's telling me lies. Because anybody who lies about their core identity, i.e. I'm a man, I'm the leader of Germany, I'm a man, I'm the leader of Italy, Mussolini look. Anybody who's lying about their core identity is lying to me about everything, including the world wars. Go and find footage of the world wars. It'll take you about 6 hours before you start hitting exactly the same videos over and over, edited different, cut up different, but the same footage over and over. And when you really scrutinise that footage, especially the bombing of harbours and stuff, you're like, they're model ships. That's not even a sea. They're in a fish tank. Because it's all been lied. And now I showed you how strong AI is. What are we watching that is real? That isn't AI. Someone made a good point about this a long time ago, and I didn't pay attention to it. But now I'm looking at AI and what it's doing. And bearing in mind, this is still new to us. They've had it 30 odd years. So for the last 30 years, they could have been showing us AI filmed incidents and not one of us noticed. Not one of us. What if they're making whole movies out of AI and we don't know? Certain actors don't exist. That one just blows my mind. But again, we've just entered La La Land, but it's a theory, right? It is a theory. These people would try something like that. Yes, they would. They've done all stuff, you know. Goebbels said, I believe it was Goebbels, one of Hitler's henchmen, women, said, the more we do to you, the less you believe we're doing it. And that's exactly what's going on. All this propaganda that they force down the throats of normal people every day, make them hate each other. The enemy has made you hate your friends. Or made your friends hate you, especially when you know the truth. Thank you, Armando. This post is an old one, but it just brings attention to the point I've always made, that it's all of them. Your children, your grandchildren are second rate. I hope you're listening now. You, your children, your grandchildren, your unborn great-grandchildren are all second rate in this world. You can't become a prime minister. You're not going to space. You'll be lucky if you become even a pilot. They try and stop you from becoming international pilots, that's for sure. Because most of those that I look at are women. But even if you did get through, they don't notice that the flying were women, the male pilots, or vice versa. They don't notice, because this is what they've done. These are all of the X Factor winners. You can't even win the X Factor. You're not winning the lottery. The X Factor is a public event for the public to enter. But all the contestants that enter and win have got the wrong skeletons. Steve someone worked on the ferries and ships. Again, all these communities of entertainment, they're locked off from normal people. You can go and be on the ships and entertain, but they mostly pick flip-flops, just like they do in pantomime and the big shows. Cats, chess, memories, not a sound from the pavement, all that. They're all flipped. You're listening to flipped voices on flipped faces. And the X Factor's no different. This is a woman pretending to be a man who wins the X Factor. He has a V. He has a V? What are you on about? He has a V? What does that mean? Is she on about in his hairline? An M? That's an M. She's not about the collarbones, is she, surely? Oh, maybe she is. Yeah, maybe she is. I don't see the V in that, though. Right, so there's Steve. Shane. I can't remember the surnames. Look at the broken leg, the flamingo foot. Look at the crossed over legs. Once you can see a woman's gait, the four motions of it, it's game over. And in comparison to a man's look, straight leg. Don't matter where you look. There's no opening of the knees at all. The legs hang straight legs. We'll go back a picture. Broken legs look. Knee and foot pointing out towards 4 and 8 o'clock. 4 and 8 o'clock. Got it? They just can't walk straight. But the women can. With the ones with the big faces. Alexandra, someone, I can't remember. Again, it's just a dude. And becomes a sex icon for teenagers. The penguin, broken leg look. The broken foot. The egghead of a woman. I can't remember who that is. I'm sorry, I don't know all the names. Straight-legged man look. There's his father. Men in high heels. Big teeth. Look at the size of them teeth. They've both got massive teeth. The woman. Perfect female gait look. I can show a woman at 9 o'clock at night on YouTube, naked look. Well, topless. And nothing happens. Because people recognise a man instead of a woman. It's only me that's breaking the law in my mind. Look at got a female face. You gotta be kidding me. The flat vertical forehead, the lacking of a brow bone look, eyes pushed forward, soft, shiny, estrogen-filled eyes, the sloping jawline of a pointed chin of a woman, and of course, 1, 2, stair fail. That's it. Game over. That diamond there on the stairs. Game over, mate. I can't remember who they are. Not Pussycat Dolls. I don't know. Something Aloud. I don't know. All three of them are blokes, look. Massive skulls. Your children aren't good enough to even win a public event, look. If you can't win a public event like X Factor, then what are the chances of the lottery being fair? What's the chances of the dogs and the horses and the racing being fair? Look at those close eyes. James Arthur, 2 first names. The crossed legs of a woman. The broken leg. The female Bigfoot right there. The massive face. Looks like Adele, right? I heard that you've settled down, that you've got a bowling ball head. Another one, soft eyes, looks like Ant McPartlin. Look at those bright eyes, coffee bean eyes, full mincing. It's game over. It's game over. There's nothing they can do to stop this. So all you people who call yourself transvestigators, put your gates up. Roberto, Josephine, let's see if you're truthful people. See, I was created in the image of God. And all my life I sinned up until the age of 40. And then I realised I was created in his image. I changed my ways. I was born again. I was a born again Christian. I don't like the word Christian. I'm not a Christian. Christians are dumb, panicky people who listen to the likes of Kenneth Copeland and Joyce Meyer. They think that man walked on the moon. They're not even men, let alone walking on a moon. You can't walk on something that doesn't exist. The moon doesn't exist. Yeah, it doesn't exist. But I can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Doesn't mean it's there. They said it was a rock. What if it's an image? What if it's a reflection of Earth? What if it's a mirror? All these questions will be answered in the future, either by time or by God. And good God, I can't wait for that moment. I can't remember these 4, but they're all bitches, look. All 4 gates. Egghead. Woman with a fuzzy wuzzy. Fuzzy wuzzy was a woman. Sloping jawline. Looks like... Who's that one who did the jump, the backflip? Oh, I can't remember it. Ice Cream. I don't know what to call her. Whatever it is. I just don't care. Women with beards. Know your limits. And back to Steve. So you can't even win the X Factor, folks. Your children are not good enough. You'll never be good enough. Is that fair? Do you like that? Is that like alright by you? Antonio, is that alright by you to do so? You see, Antonio gave herself away. Other people saw it in this video, but I didn't want to believe it. I just went with what she said, that her friends set her up to do this and then put all this afterwards. So he got him. She filmed herself doing stuff like this and didn't know what they were going to do in the background. That's what she said. I went with that, but in reality, you did know what you was doing. Of course, you did. You were praising Satan in your red hoodie, looking up. All these things were pointed out, but because I met Antonio and I believed he was a man, I did believe he was a man. Now I don't. I know you're a girl. And when they said you died of cancer, I don't believe it. I don't believe any of it. Same with Jibby, Flatpool, Rob Skeeve. I don't believe none of them are dead. I don't. They've just been pulled out of it because they didn't want to face what was coming. Close set eyes, small buck teeth and dentures, high set ears, no cheekbones, sloping jawline, pointed chin, flat earther, my ass. This one sat in my living room. This one I had meals with. So you can be fooled. If you don't believe me, look at his shitty moon. This moon lander. Look at the state of this. Just remember, they lost the technology. They lost grey art paper and gold foil. They've lost it. They can't rebuild this ever again out of aluminium pipes, gold foil and grey crepe paper. They've lost the technology to go back to the moon. It's all nonsense. They're waiting for AI to become so powerful that you can't pick up on it. So then they can fake everything. They can go back to the moon. They can go to Mars. And it'll be so lifelike that people will just buy it. This wasn't even close to lifelike, and people believed it. I believed it, for crying out loud. Till I looked at it properly and then realised it was a piece of shite created by Masons. We'll go into space. To infinity and beyond! Don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I don't believe you're dead either. I don't. Don't believe any of it. You're a woman. Why would I believe you're dead? And this goes for all of the stories that they bring up. Fanny Lancer, Tranny Lancer, this one. It's part of the show. Mocks the flat earth, mocks the globe earth. From the beginning, I was gang stalked by flip-flops, all of them. Antonio, Patricia, they all knew I was coming, right? They must have done, because I started making videos. But Eric DeBay, there's a woman. Patricia Stair, there's a man. I married Patricia. Look at that. Can't believe I didn't see those cheekbones, Patrick. But I do now. No longer would I marry you in a church because you're a fella, you're a dude. And that's deceitful. You lied to me. Mark Sargent. I love Mark Sargent, but now I can see you're a girl, Mark, with a soft, pudgy chin, pink lips, small ears, close set eyes, Jeranism with a pink bottom lip. Girl. Big, tall girl, Jeranism. Small girl. Small man. Patricia Stair. It's strange because people did tell me you was a man and I didn't see it. Because, you know why? Because you look like all the people that I look at on the TV screen. So did Antonio. He's got the egghead look and the small teeth. He looked like everyone else that I look at. So I didn't pick up on it. The teachers that were teaching us this, Mr. E, Michelle XX, they didn't teach us how I teach you. It wasn't until I met Bevy, till I understood the gate, that I really went full throttle with this. That I thought, right, I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to show everybody it's all of them as well. Because from the beginning I said it was all of them. And they all mocked me. But all the people that were mocking me were followers of Patricia, Antonio, Mark, Erica DeBay, with your soft voice. I've got 201 proofs why the earth is flat. I bet your ass ain't flat, Erica. I bet you got big, juicy chicken num-nums. I'll tell you what, Erica, get your gate on film for me. I want to see you in tighty whities. Erica DeBay. I want to see Eric DeBay in tighty whities on a Taiwanese beach in daylight. In fact, I want to see all the flat earthers' gates. Globe earthers, I don't even need to see your gates because I know you're a bunch of flip-flops. Simon Tran, got you already. Professor Davina, been there, done that with your tiny little upside down egghead, close set eyes, pink lips, small ears, sloping shoulders, and your nice little supple titties. Seen it, been there, done that. I love forensics. There ain't a single rabbit hole that teaches you this stuff. I married Patricia Stair and made a video of me marrying Patricia Stair on a video. It's as plain as day to me now that that is a man. But back then, 7 years ago, I was in love! It's a good
job I didn't go to the Flat Earth. They was all trying to get me to go to the Flat Earth convention. Then they got me drunk, and I'd have ended up drunk with Patricia Steere. I know I would have, but it didn't happen. And do you know why? Because I saw a video that described male and female faces. It's no longer available. It was no longer than 1 minute, 18 seconds, I think it was. Maybe a bit more than that, I don't know. But it was on Instagram. And this short video was by an artist that drew the male and female face and showed the differences. Not the way I do, not quite the same way, but it gave me an inkling as to what a face should look like. Not the way I do, but it did give me the cheekbones and the distance in the eyes. And that video is not available. And after about, I don't know, a few weeks of me, I kept showing it over and over and over. That video was gone. That channel was taken, I think, and I don't know. It was only a little artist channel or whatever, but that video was gone. I couldn't find it ever again. I showed it to a Ratio live on a Flat Earth chat when I was discovering this subject. And I showed Ratio that video. It took, like I said, 1 minute, 20 seconds or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, I went to him, son, what's wrong with this picture? And I brought up this picture here, and live in front of all of their minions that were on my channel, all the Patricia followers, all the Mark Sargent followers, all the anti, there was loads of people watching. Ratio went, they've got the wrong heads, Dad. 12 years old. He could see it at 12 years old. And I hadn't really explained it to him, what I was seeing. I just let him watch the video. And he made his own mind up instantly. They've got the wrong heads, Dad. This one's got further apart eyes, and that was it. Once this happened, and I started seeing the skulls, it did take a long time still, don't get me wrong. Up until I met Bevy, I couldn't put a video out like I do now. The ones that I've trained you with, totally different from the original. If you go back through this channel, there's a few of the original flip-flop videos. They're nothing like the ones I do now, because I want to teach you how to do this properly. I don't want to beat around the bush. When it came to Flat Earth, I never beat around the bush. I destroyed trolls on sight. The minute they started talking, it was over. As soon as they stopped talking, it was over, because my sentence, my answer, my retort was always short and sweet. I'm not spinning. But you're moving at 1,000 miles an hour. No, I'm not. If I'm moving at 1,000 miles an hour, explain why I'm going around the sun at 66,000 miles. That's two different directions. I can't feel either of them. And then I'm falling upwards. Stupid idea. But I'm falling upwards. I'm not falling downwards because I've got weight. Weight's going upwards. I'm being blasted upwards at 400,000 miles. I can't feel that either. So I'm in an elevator, I'm spinning, I'm rotating, and I'm going upwards. I'm still not finished. No, we're not finished. That elevator that's spinning, rotating, and falling upwards is also spiraling in the arm in the Milky Way at 1 million miles an hour. So I'm doing 1.6 million miles an hour in 4 different directions, and I can't feel it. But yet, I can feel a flea, a gnat, land on my arm. I can feel a hair rustling on my head. Makes me want to scratch it. But I can't feel 1.6 million miles an hour in 4 different directions. You're having a laugh. The love affair with Antonio. I told you that they took the other channel down. That chat I had with Antonio when he was telling me that Patricia's pussy was the same colour of his And he went into great detail. She went into great... This is the part that annoys me about her. Antonio's a girl with the pussy, and he's describing that Patricia had a pussy, when in reality Patricia probably has a dick. But he described the surgery or whatever and all the colours. And then Patricia got in touch with me, asking where that video is, and I remember my channel got taken, but I didn't expect Antonio to come on my Flat Earth. It was out of the blue. He just came out of the blue, came on and started talking about Patricia's fanny. And I was like, this is weird. It was when I first moved into this house about 8 years ago. I wish you could go back, but they took that channel, folks. They took 2 other channels before this. Well, they've taken 7, but the 2 big ones that I had before this, the Flat Earth ones, they took them down. The sad part is that they didn't achieve anything other than you can't watch those videos. Fair enough, but they didn't change anything in me. All the people that watched what happened and have followed me from Flat Earth know the difference to these fake ass phony motherfuckers. That's what they are. None of them have spent a day in prison. None of them have got ripped out of their homes by fake ass policemen and fake ass bailiffs, beaten up, lobbed into a police cell, not given a solicitor, not given a doctor, so there's no record of me being in the police station. I bet you any money if you go back to that day, I wasn't in the police station, and I certainly wasn't placed before an empty court at 4:30 in the afternoon and released without charge. None of that will exist, I'm telling you. But it happened. God is my witness. That's the one thing about understanding God's real, is that He gave you the authority to stand on snakes and scorpions. He gave you the authority to stamp on serpents. Thy head will be bruised, thy heel will be bruised of the Son of Man. I was persecuted. I was. I'm still persecuted, but I don't care. I love God. You're not going to take Jesus away from me. None of you will. I love Jesus Christ. I'll say His name, Jesus. I'll say it over and over. It doesn't change a thing. Nothing you say about Him. It'll take God Himself to say, no, they just made that up, Peter. And even if He was made up, and I don't believe He was, how could they have done anything wrong in following in Christ's ways and footsteps? They're perfect. He led a perfect life. He showed mankind, this is how you should live your life. He spat the truth. He didn't spat the truth like I'm speaking it, the old truth, that these people, Caesar was a woman. Julius Caesar is a girl. Jesus didn't tell me that. Jesus didn't go into detail about any of this, and it annoys me greatly. He's my saviour. I get it. He gave Himself on the cross for my sins. Unless they cut out words and phrases, I'm going to ask Him when I meet Him, why didn't you point this out? And I know what His answer's going to be. I did. You got it anyway. You got the message anyway, didn't you? You still got it. I just didn't put it in the book. Or they took it out of the book. Either way, you still got the message, didn't you, Peter? So I can't play it down. That's the greatness of God, right? That you've had your answer, even if it's not in the Holy Book. You've had your answer. You know the truth, right? You heard God's word. You realise you weren't spinning. You realise water's level. You realise that space doesn't exist. You realise that Elon Musk has got a tight little face and a big set of chicken nom-noms. You realise, more than anything else, you realised. So when I realised that Christ, God sent His only one and begotten Son to die for my sins that I didn't know I committed, well, that's got to be the greatest God in the history of man, right? Even the ones they've written about otherwise, other than God, He's still the number one because He's the only one who did something for me. All the other gods, when I read the scriptures, it doesn't matter which part of the world I go in, that they're asking for something from me. The only thing God asked me for was to pray for undivided love, honest, open love, not forced. He hasn't forced me to love Him. He just wanted me to naturally love Him, and it does come naturally, right? You all must agree with that, all of you that found God. It just comes naturally to love Him. Because I know He loves me back. Otherwise I won't still be able to laugh, would I? You won't be able to laugh. This place would be hell. And some people say this is hell. No, it's not. This isn't hell. How can it be hell? There's love, there's happiness, there's children. There's music, there's good times. There's blue skies, there's sunsets, there's flowers, there's food. How can this be hell? What it is, it's a mental hell, that's what it is. I can empathise with you with that, folks, I really can. It's a mental hell, it's torturous. Knowing the truth like this, and being mocked by everyone around you, by your friends and your family, I can empathise with that, I've been through it. It's torturous, I agree. Nothing is worse than what they've done to me here. Nothing. You can give me Chinese water torture, won't be as worse as this. Because I don't know the outcome of this. But even though life has been made torturous for all of us, we still get by, right? No matter how much they do to us, just like Goebbels said, you don't believe we're doing it, no matter how much they do it, it doesn't break the human spirit, does it? There are still good people, even though they don't know anything of what we know about God and Satan and the flip-flops and all the lies. They still live a happy life. And that's only because they're in ignorance. It's only because you're in ignorance that you can live that happy life. Sometimes I think back and I think I'm jealous of it. I used to be, you know, the entertainer, happy, bouncy all the time. But it wasn't the real me. God came to change the man. I already showed God how much I love him and how devoted to him, how much I screamed for him. I lost my voice one time, I screamed that much about God in a flat earth debate. 18, no it wasn't 18 hours, about 3 days I think I was in there. 3 days, I was dying as well. Second day and my eyes were just rolling. I just could not stay awake. And there was all, I remember Easter coming in, you gotta go to bed, Poncho. I ain't going nowhere! I'm going to take down Satan's army. Some of that 6 years that I spent through Flat Earth was amazing. It was. I met some amazing people. With some told stories, of course. I'll never forget the one. Oh man, if you could have met the one that was living in the car. Apparently, every time he eats a chocolate chip cookie, aliens appear from the ovens. Aliens appear from a different universe, parallel timeline. I don't know what it was. Oh, that was a mad one. He was crazy. She was crazy. He probably was a girl. But I met some crazy people through the Flat Earth. Some people really, we bonded. I did bond with a few flip-flops. I did. Friendships. I'm not talking about sexually. But I did bond with a few flip-flops as friends. Because they were, like me, funny. There was a clip once and it was so funny. I don't know if I've still got it. It's on my other computer. But it was just before I got the face animator. Someone gave me a program where I could put faces on myself. So at one point, I was being Neil deGrasse Tyson. I was being all sorts of different people with these faces that no matter where I moved on screen, the face went with me. So it looked like I was that person. And you know what? At the time, there was a program that actually say I took Patricia's face, I could lay it on mine and its lips would move and it'd look like Patricia but still a bit like me at the same time, or Sergeant and me at the same time. I can't remember what that was called. That was like almost AI face changing before it was even a thing. That was yonks ago. That was like 12 years ago. But now they can just change faces in an instant. And I think that was part of it, the face apps and stuff. I think that was part of them showing you that they are the wrong skeleton. You know, look at the jawline, look at the shadow casting jaw here on Patricia, and then look at Mark's turkey neck. Don't be offended, Mark. I still love you. But I got on well with Sarge and Patricia, I did. Even though they both lied. You're both liars, you know, I can say it openly now. And it may feel like I'm stamping on you. Well, I am, because you still, when you was with me, you, Antonio, whoever, you were all on your bellies, weren't you? You were all on your bellies. None of you were stood upright. Even when I met you, Antonio, and I thought you was a man, you were still on your belly. You were a woman, and you was hiding it from me, so you was on your belly. That's why God said you will go on your belly and walk in the dust for eternity, Satan. That's why God said this. And these people are walking, well, crawling on the bellies in the dust. And they don't want to do that anymore, I don't think. I think that's what it is. They don't want to hide it anymore. So they bring it out, they normalise it, and they've made it into an agenda. And when enough children in the world have done this, it'll be normalised to a point, just like they did with the gay people. They'll normalise it to that point. If this was hell, all of this would have already been done, wouldn't it? We'd all be flipped. We'd all be right. That's what Hans Warmack said with the stupid in utero bollocks, that we're all changed. None of us are actually men and women. It's just to muddy the waters. He teaches you the difference in skeletons and then muddies the water and tells you there's a third skeleton that they can do in the womb, where they take a girl and it comes out like a boy, they take a boy and it comes out like a girl. It's nonsense. God created two skeletons, and it's that simple. Male and female created here, and you were created in his image, which is why Satan hates you. Satan wants you to recreate yourself in his image. So, John Lennon and his diamond. John Lennon and his diamond. I'd like to thank Jesus Christ for blessing my life with happiness. I really would. I didn't realise when I discovered what was going on, how powerful the Word of God is. The truth is what I'm talking about, the truth. And the truth be spoken, right? When it's spoken, it don't matter who's speaking it to you. Even if it's a flip-flop. Even if it's Mark and Patsy still told the truth about the flat earth. They didn't tell the truth about themselves, but they're not allowed to. So I can understand that, you know, the powers that be won't let them. I had to discover this under my own steam. And when I did, yeah, it broke me out, it did. And it's happened loads of times. The last time was a few years ago, and I said it's not ever, ever, ever going to happen again. that I bond with a friend who I think's a friend, and then they turn out to be a flip-flop and they're lying to me. I get a lot of messages from lots of people, and I'm not being ignorant, I just don't reply because I have to keep myself separate from the internet and the things around it. Because I became attached to Antonio, attached to Mark and Patsy, attached to so many flat earthers and other truthers. And then they all broke my hearts when I started looking at them, when I could do forensics. It broke my heart over and over again. I don't hate Mark, I don't hate Patsy, I don't hate Patricia, Antonio, I don't hate Erica DeBay, I don't hate Del. Del, you big bald bitch! Come and debate me. Del, I fucking double dare you. I know you're going to get this message. I triple dare you to come and debate me on the human skeleton now. I'll show your gait. I'll show your face. You know what? In fact, why don't you just come down some stairs, Del? You won't. None of these people will debate me on this subject now, because I'm so well versed in it. And I wanted everybody who meets me and watches my videos to be exactly on the same page, that you cannot be fooled by these magicians anymore. It's just a visual veil. That's all it is. The visual veil that you see a man and a woman. Once you see those skeletons, once you can tell the difference between those two faces, and you apply it to people in real life, you have an answer. And sometimes it's really going to break your heart when you find out it's your friends, your family, people you went to school with. Got a love bite off one. But you got to ask yourself, what the hell is going on? And every single rabbit hole you can go down, it don't matter which one, it's going to bring you back one answer: God. Every time. First time I said it, I cried, hysterically cried. From laughing hysterically to hysterically crying, to the point that my ribs and every muscle in my stomach was in agony. I've never, ever, ever cried so hard. I've never felt so much pain. And in that instant of feeling that much hate, I saw Christ and thought, oh my gosh, imagine what he felt. I'm just a single man feeling the pain of being lied to and the sins I've committed. He took everybody's sins, including these people's. Past, future, present. He took the whole weight of the world that wasn't even created yet, and people that hadn't been born yet, on his shoulders. It shook me to the ground. It really did. It changed my personality in an instant. The dominance of the truth overruled everything. Subdued me. It did. God subdued me in an instant and comforted me and consoled me, and then plugged me back in and went, this is what it feels like to be alive, Peter. And it was like having a gazumpteen million volts shoved up my arse and shot back into life. You know when you get the defibrillators, God put them on my arse cheeks and went, clear! I've never sat up so fast off a couch in all my life when I realised God existed. I was in awe. None of these people talk like this because none of them have experienced God. That's why. People are, you're just having, what is it, illusions of grandeur. You're having delusions of grandeur, Peter. No, I'm not. It's how it feels to know that God exists. To know that you've been lied to. And yes, I was shown by flip-flops. And I'm grateful for the information. Mark, Patsy, Antonio, Erica. I'm grateful for all the information. I'm grateful that I got a chance to acknowledge the truth and see the truth and see the kingdom of God. It's heavenly. Eddie Griffin said it best. It doesn't matter who the messenger was. Did you get the message? Oh, I did. I got the message. It pulses through me every day. I live the truth. Instead of being the old me, I live the truth. And I see people suffering all around me. And it shouldn't be this way. Maybe Mark, Patsy, Antonio, maybe they do want it to go back to the old way. I've got no idea. I can't tell you. But the kindness in this world still exists. If you can't see that Mark and Patsy did a kind act by telling us the world was flat, then you haven't got Christ in you, have you? And I know he lacks in a lot of these people. Mark thinks we're in a computer program. Patsy doesn't do Christ. Antonio doesn't do Christ. Dolores doesn't do Christ. Erica Dubay doesn't do Christ. Rob Skiba does do Christ. And then you've got the other side that do Christ, and they're allowed to talk about Christ. RV. I used to love RV's video. RV never came and talked to me. I'd love to have spoken to RV, but she never came and spoke to me. There's lots of them that I would love spoke to. But these people who I idolised at the time for telling me the truth, and that's all it was. Didn't idolise them for being flip-flops. I idolised them for telling me the truth at the time, allowing me to be part of the truth. Well, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the truth. I'm grateful that I found God. It was Dave Murphy was the first one that woke me up. I was watching a video. I didn't even know it was a flat earth video. And when I said to my mate Steve, "Oh, you've got to watch this video," he says the world's flat, and it is flat. And he looked at me, my mate, he went, "You're talking about the piss drinker?" Straight away. And I went, "What?" He went, "Yeah, he drinks his own piss." I went, "Does he? What? He don't drink his own piss." And I googled it, and there he is, drinking apple. It's apple juice. It's not his own piss. I don't care what none of you say. That is not piss. That is apple juice. Don't care. This is a woman. You think that's piss? It's apple juice. I'm telling you now. It's not. That is appetizer. Shook up. But it's people, right? There is a thing called You're in Therapy. And the only bit that gets me about this is that my cousin did it. My cousin was wheelchair bound. They said she had 2 years to live. She started drinking her own piss. Now she's, I wouldn't say she's fit as a fiddle, but she's not in a wheelchair. She's not dead. And it could be a placebo. I grant it. It could be a placebo, where you think it's doing good and your body heals itself. It works. It does. Placebos work. But this right here, there is no way I believe that is a glass of NASA's yellow tea. Have you ever seen that video? It's on one of my videos somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Let's see if we can find it. NASA yellow tea. Oh, come on. Look, I put it in and it's not coming up. But before you could search it, it would have found it. You've got to be kidding me. Dang it, I can't find it. Oh, do you know what? It might be on my channel. Let's go back a second. I didn't name the videos though. Yeah, bollocks. It's probably in the flat earth section, but I can't remember which one it was. Let's have a look. No, I didn't name it. I did name some of them. Let's start NASA urine machine. Urine machine. Funny. There it is! That's the one I'm looking for! The NASA recycler. 1 minute 35.
NASA urine recycler, test 1, sample 1. It's the first water we've got out of the machine. This will allow astronauts to recycle their urine and sweat into beautiful, clean, clear drinking water. First sample, transparency, subpar. Oh, that's just piss. That's just straight up piss. Smell, urine, and damn it! Oh, that's piss. I don't know why I have to drink it. It's piss. It's yellow. That's piss all the way down to the bottom. Results have not been promising. Edison, you know, it took him like thousands of tries to find the right filament for a light bulb. And maybe we're being idiots, or maybe we're... that's piss! Oh, it's just Caesar drinks it. I'm not gonna drink it. I can sit here. You drink it! Do we even have a machine? Are we just pissing into this bottle? That would go great with a cheeseburger if you like drinking piss with your cheeseburger. Hey, that's not bad. Like a glass of water that a friend pissed a little bit into. Give me water! Somebody give me a glass of piss! I want to celebrate!
Well, there you go. That's them telling you the truth. You know, you can't recycle it. You're kidding me. Well, you can drink it. But if Dave's drinking his piss there, I'll take my hat off to you, mate. But I don't believe you are. I just believe that's a glass of apple juice and you're conning the living shit out of everyone. But Dave was the one that woke me up. Dave's video. And now I can see it's a girl. I always wondered why she was so soft-spoken. Erica's soft-spoken. Lots of them are soft-spoken, right? These men. They don't sound like me, right? You don't sound like me, fellas. Realising Dave Murphy was a girl absolutely knocked me for 6. I was like, can't be. But now, look at the size of those hips. Grandma's hips. She's got a massive ass on her. She's got huge chicken nom-noms. I know she's 70-odd years old now, and things get a bit bigger when you get older, but she actually is a big, big girl. But Dave Murphy's movie, and I didn't even realise it was a flat earth movie I was watching, it didn't even mention flat earth, and I realised I wasn't spinning in 10 minutes. You can go watch it, The Biggest Lie of All, Dave Murphy's movie, and by 10 minutes, when they're selling the maps in the schools to the bankers are selling maps to the school teachers, I knew the world was flat. I knew I wasn't spinning, and it's a miracle because there's no mention of it. I didn't even know what the movie was that I was watching. It was on YouTube and it was on Play the Next Movie. So I just skipped David Icke and it automatically played whatever was next. And I didn't see it on screen because I was looking at it. It just played and I was listening, and I started, when it got my attention within the first minute, it was on about Occam's razor. It got my attention straight away about understanding what the truth is and how to discern it. It got my attention listening to it, so I went to it, and then I watched green screen, and then I watched maps being sold, and then within 10 minutes of starting that movie, I knew God existed, and to this day it's still a miracle. The amount of Jibby said it happened to him that way. Larry's bullshit, period. It didn't happen to you that way. Neither of you got God in you. Well, not the God that I know exists. You hated Jesus, the pair of you. But back then, it didn't bother me. Jesus said, I know you by your fruits, and he was right, wasn't he? You see, the Lord, God, He prepares a table in front of you for me. Tossers. Everything you've done to me, well, wait till it's on the table before me. and God's looking at you. And it still feels horrible for me to this day to say Dave's a woman, Mark's a woman, Patricia's a man. It still feels horrible. To this day, it still feels horrible that they did this. Sadness. Sadness is part of the truth. It hurts. It really does. You can't. You can't change it. Time's linear. You got to forgive and forget. As you're going to ask your Heavenly Father to forgive and forget the things you've done. Knowingly, unknowingly. They're going to be shocking. The revelations that God's going to give you are going to be absolutely shocking, and no matter how you try to worm your way out of it, there's only one way out of it, Jesus Christ. That's all I can tell you. There's only one way out of it, Jesus Christ. Your works are not enough. Faith is what God wants. God wants your faith. He wants your undeniable love. That you recognise how evil this world is. And the people that have done this to Dave are evil. If Dave's evil too, then so be it, Dave. I can't change that. I can't change it if Patricia's evil. That Mark's, I can't change it. I don't know if that's the truth. God does. The creator of all life. He does. I'm not to worry about myself about these things. I'm only to expose you. He gave me the authority to stamp on serpents. And because you're on your belly in a serpentine way, it hurts. It does hurt to do it to you, Dave, but I have to do it because no one else will, Dave. Whether you like it or not, God chose me, Dave. He chose you to tell me, Dave, but he chose me over you, Dave. Because you lied, Dave, about your core identity. You're not created in God's image, you're created in the Baphomet image. If you're a good woman, God will let us all know, won't he? Because we're living in Revelations. Right there. I didn't see it before. I've got to be honest with you, I didn't. I saw a bald man. Even though Dave's really soft-spoken, I saw a bald man. I was fooled. You fooled me, Dave. You was a great magician. Patricia was a great magician. Mark was a great magician. But the spell's broken. The spell's broken and we see you for what you are. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. What are you doing in my chat? Get out of my chat. Hey, bada bada. I can't even be asked to do it. Right, there we go. I don't give a flying monkeys for Bradley Rhea, 2 first names. I don't give a flying monkeys for your fake ass cousin, bitch ass maid, Baphomet twat that she is. You see people, they come in all shapes and sizes and they just want to lie. They just want to tell lies and muddy the waters. You see, Dave told the truth about the earth, but then he lies about Jesus. And then he lies about piss drinking. Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's lying about piss drinking. I can only see it being a placebo. I don't know why God would want me to drink my own piss to get better. It just makes no sense to me. He put it in the plants, the things that I eat, edibles, that I can just consume and make me better. That I see, but to piss in a glass and drink your own piss, I just can't do it, I'm sorry. And I just don't believe that's piss, I believe it's apple juice. But there you go. Dave Murphy, thanks for playing CSI with us, Flat Earthers. Let's go back to John Lennon's work. I will get this investigation done. John Alkin, he's got no gates, has he? We're done. Yeah, we're done. It's not happening. See you later. Next. Tony Abbott, I swear this one's been done. Advisor to the UK Trade. Dink. Bosh. Nope. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. One second. Are you thirsty, doggy? I think he is. Where's that picture gone? Oh, there it is. The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that dog is for sale. Dang it. Never mind. You got off lightly, I'm telling you. Right, let's come back. Tony Abbott, back file. What do you want? You've had your treats, get lost. Don't look at me like that. You gorgeous thing. Get off. Don't be coming up here. Oi. Who do you think you are? Search, back file, Tony Abbott. I'll be right with you. Tony Abbott, paste. Away we go. I do hope that dog is for sale. Searching. I'm sure I've done it. What's that, man? What was it? Hey, I need some more water. Oh, that's what it is. There you go. Right, off you two all. Tony Abbott, back file. Alley up. Got hiccups. Oh, come on, how's it not found it? I swear I've done this person. No matches? What? Maybe I spelled it with one B. No, it can't have been. Right, Tony Ab. Search again. Just got another check. I could have sworn I've done Tony Abbott. Unless he's in the back file. Do 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 do. Maybe I haven't done him. I could have sworn I did. Can you say 5 head? Close set eyes. Tony A. No, that's Tonya Harding. You know what? I don't think I have done him. Right, let's begin. Reminds me a bit of Paul Whitehouse. I'll take that as your 50-50. 5 head, high set ears, close set eyes. I've got no brow bone. Vertical forehead. I've got a sloping jawline. Tiny pointed chin. I've got no trachea, no Adam's apple. Straight out of the gates. Do 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 do. Still not finding it. Right, Tony Abbott then. Let's have you. I can't believe I ain't done Tony Abbott. I could have sworn I did. Right, let's go straight to walking because I got a face picture. Do 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 do. Piers, James Cameron. He looks like Piers Morgan though. He does, doesn't he? I've got Diamond. Who's that? That's a nice mince. John Howard, 2 first names. John Howard. Mincing, 2 first names. Why is it showing me that one and not Tony Abbott? There we go. Game over. Tony Abbott, feet and knees out at 4 and 8 o'clock. Game over. Everywhere I look, I see tightrope walkers. I do hope that dog is for sale. Do 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 do. There's one. Oh, that's not you. Balls. That's a nice one. Ski with legs. Why didn't it open the ski with her? There we go. I see diamonds on a cloudy day. Why is his arms hanging akimbo like that? Especially here, look. Does that look right? Can you see the shoulder tilt? I do hope that dog is for sale. Get lost. Next. Is that you on your wedding day? No, but that's a lovely mince. At the Savoy. 2.4 million debts. Mincer. Bloke with clavicles, look. I don't even know why you try and prove. Oh my gosh, look at that mince. This to be wrong. You've got no evidence of it being wrong. That's the best part of it. All you can do is produce wrong work, which is easily corrected. And that's why they don't even mention it, because they don't want you to know about the gates. The minute you can see that, it's game over. It don't matter who you're looking at, whether it be Donald Trump, Mark Sargent, or the neighbour next door. And for some of you, it will be the neighbours next door. Oh wow, pictures. There you go. Tony Abbott fails forensics, folks. Real simple. Severed the image. Tony Abbott fails forensics. It's right there. Prince Charles mincing. Look at that mince. Uh-oh, that's not it. We'll take the flamingo, why not? Tony Abbott fails forensics. Do 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 do. Tony Abbott, there you go, folks. I think I'll call that a night. I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. Just remember, God does truly love you. And don't listen to the internet trolls. They're full of shite. I don't care about your cousin Bradley, Bradlett. I don't care about I don't care about you. You're a bunch of inverted, sodomite, satanic pricks. Until next time, God has a message for you. You were born in an inside out, upside down, back to front, tipsy, topsy turvy world, boys and girls. Just remember, they're every fucking where. Good night. God bless. Goodbye.